Good afternoon, everybody. This is Faarni with you, and I would like to welcome you to our first show on Your Kitchen and About. Today, we will be talking about the natural foods that can cure common illness. Our guest is an instructor from the Ministry of Education and is practicing and living with the power of natural healing. Welcome, Saru Singh. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you about the use of natural food and natural healing methods. And I hope that we can receive any advices or tips that can improve our health or improve our moods. So my first question is, could you please tell us your opinion about using natural food to improve our health?
Yeah, well, thank you first of all for calling me for this interview, and it is really a pleasure being involved and sharing my views with your listeners. Well, in my opinion, natural food is a great way to healthy life. Since I learned it from my childhood and still into practicing this therapy, and so truly believe that it rejuvenates your senses.
Okay, so how about natural food as an alternative medicine?
I would say that it is the source which helps to stay away from strong prescribed antibiotics, which have real devastating side effects on your body. Like, for example, I will give you an example of my own. Like, I'm suffering from I usually have this problem of bladder infection, which is commonly called UTI. So to deal with that, I'm usually not going to the doctor, but instead I prefer to have cranberry juice with lots of water. So this really relieves my pain till the time I decide if it's
Like going or
or
healing or not, or
yes.
you need to visit the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
so here in Bahrain, I did not see any, or maybe I'm not discovering yet, but I did not see any fresh cranberries. Mostly I saw in the groceries, they are frozen. So do you have any idea or any tip from the listener or for the listener where they can buy this fresh?
Yeah, actually, frozen cranberries will not be a good option for you because since we are so concerned about the natural therapy, so the fruit has to be natural in form, not a frozen. So it's better to look for, if you can, it's better to look for a fresh cranberry, or if not, then here in Bahrain you have Al Jazeera, where you can also go and buy a fruit juice, for example. That is a substitute. Otherwise, look for a fresh one. That will be more preferable.
Okay, so anything that is fresh from our kitchen is preferable than the frozen one.
Of course, yes.
Okay, so now in the modern era of our lives, does any of your family still following these natural healing methods or this natural medicine?
Yes, as an Indian, in olden days, this practice used to be a part of our culture. But now, looking at the broader perspective, it has become a necessity. Actually, in my family, most of the members, they truly believe in natural healing therapies. Like my mother-in-law, whenever she feels a pain in the stomach, she prefers to have turmeric powder with water or milk, which somehow gives her relief.
Are you making that warm or you're just getting water and then you're mixing with the turmeric, or you have to boil it?
No, you don't have to boil the water or the milk you are using. You can use it as a lukewarm, in a lukewarm state.
Then it's just mixed.
Then just mix it with turmeric and drink it. No need to mix any sugar or salt, nothing.
Yeah, so for 1 glass of milk, for example, how many teaspoons of turmeric do we need to put for that?
You can have 1 teaspoon only. No need to have 2 or 3. 1 is enough.
Okay, now thank you for that tip. First tip for today. So, as an expat, how do you find these natural foods found in our kitchen beneficial?
Well, here in Bahrain, being an expat, I truly believe and I follow this, that being sick does hurt the pocket. So it is advisable to be your own doctor and following the tradition which will lead you to a healthy lifestyle and will also be economically reasonable. Like for example, if someone is having fever, high fever, then you can use potatoes, you can shred them and put it in a cloth and wrap it on his or her feet. This will help you in reducing high fever, and then you can continue with your medicines, because you really need, if you really need it, you can take it, but for that particular time, yes, you can get rid of a very high fever. Plus there are some examples where you can, if you're having, for example, you're having pain in the stomach with some gas problems, okay, usually we all suffer from that, especially being an Indian. We are having too much fried stuff in our menu, so, and we are also using a lot of spices, so we usually keep bishop seed, which is also called ajwain in Hindi. You can use that with warm water, and that will help you in reducing your pain.
Reducing the gas problem.
It can reduce the gas problem also, yes, but most beneficial would be reducing the pain because of the gas.
I see. Okay. So, will you recommend to use natural medicine first before consulting a doctor?
Well, there are simple sickness that can be cured by food from our kitchen. However, there are sickness that we need to consult with a doctor. So, first thing is we have to know that can this kind of sickness we have be treated at home, or we need to really consult a doctor. We might think that it's simple headache, but if this headache comes regularly and intensely, then I would advise that we have to see a doctor, and the natural food will be there for your support as well, but in initial stage. But for a regular checkup and for regular medication is a must in that scenario.
Okay, so talking about headaches, since this can just come any minute of the day for any reason, it could be excessive working, it could be too much working in the computers, it could be lack of sleep, it could be some annoying noises around us that is disturbing us, or it could be also for the ladies, for the PMS. So this is really very problematic, or it could be a daily experience that we have. Now, let's say, for example, in the office, sometimes we don't have a medicine with us to take, especially the sudden headache. So is there anything that is just can easily around us we can take?
Yeah, well, there are many food found in our kitchen that can elevate headache. Like for example, water. You can have water, like for example, you can have 8 ounces of glasses of water, which will relieve you really from headache. You can add a slice of lemon to keep your taste buds entertained, and you can also try on some sports drink, which can help you in refreshing your senses.
Okay, I think I like the water because it can just be reachable, or maybe if there is a store near your area, then you can just get some sports drink, or we have it here, the Gatorade. So that's a nice. I just learned that now, that you can have the sport drink to elevate your headache.
Yeah.
So listeners, please take note of this.
Okay, apart from this, you have whole grain. Whole grain have magnesium. Okay, so it's good for you to smooth the headache. And of course, there are other foods also which you can have, which are rich in magnesium, like seafood, nuts, avocado, raisins. These are all good for you to uh, have mercy from your headache.
So I think I will bring raisins with me just in case if I don't have a medicine. That's a healthy alternative.
Yes, of course, you can get that. In fact, all of us are getting that in our pocket, maybe 5 or 6 pieces every day.
That's great. Okay.
And also, I would like to remind you here about the yogurt. Okay, because yogurt we are having, everyone is having, since we are talking about the food which is available in our kitchen, which is easy to catch. So yogurt is also one of them. And when your head is pounding, that means your body is calling for calcium. So yogurt is considered a very rich in calcium, even better than having a milk. So I would recommend having a yogurt at that time. And apart from this, you have olive oil. Olive oil is quite healthy, and it is a source of vitamin E. So like nuts and nut butters, seeds and seed butters, they are all a good source of vitamin E. You can have that. And ginger, not to forget, is good for fighting nausea. Sometimes you feel giddy and you feel, especially in the morning hours, sometimes some people, they feel giddy in the morning. So instead of chewing something which is not healthy, it's better to have ginger with you.
So I think this is a good start of the day to have tea with ginger. Next time I'll bring ginger with tea.
I would prefer not to have tea early in the morning. Instead, instead of having tea, it's better for you to have a apple in the morning.
Apple.
That will give you a refreshing start, and tea can cause a little nausea.
I see. Okay, so this is especially for the ladies. Now, I want to talk about the premenstrual syndrome or the PMS. I think that this will be very beneficial for ladies out there working, and let's say they forgot their medicine for this, and especially here in Bahrain, we feel very tired. So the stress that is eating us, I think a good advice from you would help them to somehow alleviate this nightmare or this monthly problem.
Yeah, in fact, PMS is something we are all suffering from. It's a common thing. And PMS is a great set of physical and emotional changes that affect any one of us a few days before and after the period. So it is important for us ladies to know how to handle it properly from the food we intake. I would like to start off with marvelous magnesium. Adding magnesium to your diet reduces PMS drastically. So I would recommend the food for which are rich in magnesium. They are brown rice. You can add brown rice in your daily meal, lentils, whole grain bread, sunflower seeds. If you're not getting sunflower seeds, that's okay. You can substitute with that some curry in spinach, beans and cashews.
Okay, so
yeah.
I remember an advice about having a vitamin D or a vitamin B as a supplement also. So is there any fruit about a vitamin B?
Yeah, vitamin B, as you said, is I would say it's a girl's best friend. And foods rich in vitamin B makes you stay fit, happy and cheerful. By munching a handful of nuts, you can start your day. You can also take bananas, chicken breast, which most of us like here in Bahrain, sweet potato, whole grains, and beans.
Okay, I think I'll bring with me bananas all the time so I can alleviate or change my mood into
Yeah,
something happier.
yeah. And here I would like to add one more thing. Yet another mineral that has a significant effect on PMS mood swings is potassium. Okay, so the foods which are rich in potassium are fresh fruit salads. So you must have fresh fruit salads in your meal. Add them in your meal with oranges and apples. Are a good option for an early evening snack. Means like when you go home, instead of munching a burger, munch fresh fruit.
Okay, that's nice. Sometimes we crave about some foods that is really not good for us and we are not just aware about it. So really apple and bananas, I've been hearing that it's really quite very good for our health, and I just learned now that it's good for PMS too.
Actually, apples and bananas are one fruit. For example, bananas, I will say, is people really feel that it's not healthy for us to take bananas too much, but that is a wrong notion. You can have one banana a day, so that will help you in curing so many of your problems and also helping you to be fit.
Okay, so let's move on to the cough and the cold. Now, it's winter time, so it's very common at this moment that flu is just around the corner, and maybe you can give us something also.
Yeah, as what I told you before about turmeric. Since turmeric is an antiseptic, it finds the most stubborn form of infection promptly. So I would recommend mix 1 spoon of turmeric powdered form in a bowl of milk and boil for, you can boil or you can have it lukewarm as you wish, as your taste buds allow you to have it.
Okay.
And
This is
also,
without sugar.
yeah, don't put anything. You need not add any sugar or salt, so that's not recommended. Only water. You can have turmeric with boiled water or boiled milk. And apart from this, you can also, if you don't want to, sometimes people, they feel turmeric is not their taste, so they can have 1 cup of milk. That can help really in soothing your cold. It will not heal, because I really believe that this cold is one thing which will take its own time, and instead of having some kind of strong medicine, it is better to let it come out, because after we have some medicine, it will be still inside and come back. So it's better if you can mold your life into warm things for a while. And of course, there is another one I would like to add here is honey. Honey is a respiratory tract tonic for us. It helps in drainage of mucus and clears up the sinuses. So that's
For me also, that's an effective way to soothe my cough and cold. I regularly use honey that I learned from an advice when I come here in Bahrain, because cough and cold here is very common, especially when the weather is changing. So.
Yeah, for you, I think I would recommend cinnamon and cardamom with cloves. It takes equal quantities of these spices in powder. Then finally ground them and have them with warm milk. You can have that. That tastes also good. Not as bad as turmeric.
Okay, I think that's very nice.
Then you can
advice.
also have mint and basil. Mint and basil reinforce your immune system. Like for you, you sometimes have colds, sometimes you are down with headache. So it's better to have mint and basil. That will help you in fighting your cold and your common sickness problems, and we can see you quite often in the office.
Okay.
Also. And apart from this, you can also add your ginger. As I told you before, it protects you from anti-inflammatory herb. It's an anti-inflammatory herb, and it really helps you in fighting especially with the sore throat.
Yeah. Nowadays we are going natural healing. So I'm also trying to practice this natural foods that I found in the kitchen.
I know garlic is your favorite, so I will recommend garlic also, because you can have 2 flakes of raw garlic, or grate 2 flakes and soak it in 2 spoons of honey for some time and swallow this mixture. This will really relieve you from your cold.
Thank you very much, Saru. I believe that that is a worthwhile discussion about our natural foods that can be found in our kitchen. And I hope that I will be discussing to you one more time about your experience on practicing the natural remedies for our aches or to improve our moods.
Inshallah, Farni, I would like to be a part of this interview again.